Hello, and welcome, y'all, to Monday morning motivation. A half hour power with the Queen. I want to thank you guys for joining me this Monday. I tell you, I get excited every time I get a chance to come on. I'm going to be sharing a couple of things with you guys on this morning. I may be moving quickly, but if I move quickly, y'all always can go back and hear the replay, watch the video again, or you always can reach out to me. Queen of Collaborations at gmail.com is my email address if you want to reach out via email. If you want to inbox me, I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on YouTube. I am on all social media platforms under the Queen of Collaboration or the Crew Podcast. Those are ways that you can find me. Of course, we have a lot going on. Of course, you see the flyer right here to my left, maybe to your right. But it is about the Winter Writers Retreat that's going to be held here in the Atlanta area. The location will be announced closer to the event. We're going to be hosting a Writers Retreat. We have 7 spots available for that person, those people that want to be on the property. We're going to be reserving an Airbnb, so it's going to be an opportunity for 7 individuals to be right there on the property. And then we're going to be able to at least 13 additional people that just want to come in and just be a part of the writing retreat. We're going to help you publish your book. That is our whole idea in that weekend. It's when you walk away, that you walk away as a published author, whether you're in someone else's collaboration project or if you decided to do your own book. We're going to walk you through publishing a book, start to finish. You're going to be able to ask all those questions that you may have. Also, if you're not familiar with the book that I have out, it is a book that will help you write a book in 90 days. It walk you start to finish. It's also a journal. You can write down notes and keep notes within that book. We're also going to have those books available for all of those that sign up for the retreat. Again, it's going to be the 17th to the 19th. It's only 3 days. Friday, we're going to meet. We're going to have a powwow meet and greet. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres. And then we're going to jump right into the writing process. And then that Saturday, we're going to be writing all day. We're really going to be into it. So again, if you are interested in being a part of the Winter Writers Retreat, reach out. All of the information. We have I think there is a JOT form, maybe a JOT form or a Google document floating around. But I will definitely, if you reach out to me, I will definitely get the information to you, because we definitely would love for you to be a part of what we got going on. Y'all, we got a lot going on, a lot coming up for 2025. I'm excited. I have an opportunity to work with some amazing up and coming authors that are on the rise. If you have not had an opportunity to get connected to the 100 authors on the move, I want to encourage you to get connected. It is an amazing opportunity to connect with 99 other individuals like yourself, like-minded individuals that are striving. Either they are aspiring to be an author or they have already published books and they're just looking to take their authorship to the next level. This is an opportunity for you. Y'all, it's not a contest. It's not a competition. It is an opportunity to collaborate. It's an opportunity to gain exposure. I'm not charging you for all these different things to be a part of it. I want to show you how you can utilize some of these free offers to boost your brand, to take your brand to the next level until you are able to afford those $200 plans and those $300 plans that are great plans that will help boost your brand and take your brand to the next level. But everybody don't have that to kick out all at one time. So what I'm trying to do is trying to show you how you can utilize those free platforms, work them, as well, you have to put in the work. That's one thing that we got to understand. See, a lot of us, what we have done, we have published books, we have done all these great things, and then we just set it to the side, and we think that now, oh, that it's published or it's out there, that it's supposed to just make this magic happen. No, you have to be visible. You have to build relationships. You have to allow people to get to know you. Like I'm telling you, and it's nothing that's made up. This is something that I have experienced on this journey. I've had individuals tell me that if I printed a blank book, they would buy it. And it wasn't that they were buying it because of the product. They was buying it because I did it. And they believed in what I did. And that's the type of rapport that we all should be building. We should be building rapport with all of those that support us. You may not have the followership yet. What are you doing to get people to follow you? Or are you going live? Are you posting? There's so many things out there now where you can set up your post. You don't have to be literally right there posting. You can set aside one day. Set aside one day to say, I'm going to work on content for my brand, and set that day and set you a calendar, set you a to-do list, set you something that you can check off and say, okay, I accomplished this. If you got to put it on a time schedule, say, oh, I'm going to work on Facebook for an hour. I'm going to work on TikTok for an hour. I'm going to work on Instagram for an hour. And then you go through and you work everything accordingly. You have to be intentional. In 2025, that word intention was just dropped in my spirit this morning after we come out of prayer, and just being intentional and being about those things that we have been called to do. Like, if you know that you've been called to do this, if you know that you are supposed to be a book reviewer, and I'm going to say that because Patrice is on here, you know that you are called to be a book reviewer, and you know that you are great at what you do. Look, I'm working trying to get some people to join Patrice, because Patrice has been doing this for a minute, and I'm just gonna put her on blast this morning because she is amazing at what she does. And when we first started, she had some amazing people working with her, and it's just like everybody's just started phasing off. Everybody started dropping off. We get about our own agendas, and we get about our own thing, and we forget about the bigger picture. But I tell you, Patrice alone by herself has truly developed the book section, the author section of the magazine. Every month, I can tell you, she's going to have some quality content inside of the magazine. And not only that, she provides some quality reviews, not always reviews that you may want to hear, but it's reviews that will help you if you take the criticism, if you take what she gives you and you utilize it. You can help take your next book, or even if you decide to rewrite that book, or even make an extension to it, because you can add on to the book that you already have and make it something else, or you can do an extension to it. Y'all, it's so many opportunities out here to expand your brand. Like, we can't sit and wait and think that our brand is going to expand, or people are going to get involved in the things that we're doing. No, they're not. Do you know how many people tell me no every day? But it does not stop me from doing what I do. Like, if I had waited for people to jump on board and to be a part of a lot of the things that I have done, I wouldn't have never done it. I would have been still waiting for people to get involved. I was in a community where there were no representation, no representation, and we needed it. And I just began, me and my partner at that time, we just began to do things within the community, work with our youth, and then we poured into our elderly. We got involved in our own local churches. And then we got involved in the community. There were plenty of times that we would go sit at the city hall meetings and at the county meetings and at these different boards, and we would be the only specs in the room outside of maybe the speakers. And then I realized that if this is happening right here in my small town, just imagine where else this is happening at. And then you begin to hear all these different stories. You begin to hear all these different things. I never thought that in a million years that I would be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing. Never thought that I would be the author of 118 books, journals, planners. Who? Little old girl from Levelland, South Carolina. People say, where's Levelland? In between Ancherville in between Ancherville and Dewest, and in between Abbeville and Anderson. That's where I am. And when I tell you, I get excited every time I get to come on here and get to share, get to talk about some of the things that we're doing, get to invite you into our circle, into our world. You see the crew podcast, they of course sponsor most everything that come across the screen. If you see some of the flyers in the bottom, we have some things going on. We right now have the Poet of the Year contest going on, Poet for 2025. We're voting right now. So if you are a poet and you're looking to expand your brand, you're looking to get some exposure for your brand, you're looking to get out there, this is a great opportunity for you to get out there. You get to connect with other poets. Not only that, you're going to have an amazing opportunity. Whoever wins this position, they're going to have an amazing opportunity to allow their voice to speak. Of course, you will be writing for the magazine. You'll have a section that you'll be able to write for every month. You'll be able to showcase your poetry, other poets, anything around poetry, history of poetry, whatever it is that you want people to know about poetry. Also, you will be able to host a poetry awareness show on the Crew podcast every fifth Monday. So there, of course, is 4 fifth Mondays in 2025. So you're going to have 4 shows that you're going to be able to come on and talk about poetry and share poetry. If you want to have a group of people on there, a group of poets on there, or if you just want to come on and spit some of your poetry, whoever the winner is, this is going to be an opportunity for you. Then you're also going to be able to be featured on the magazine. As well as there's going to be 2 magazines. You have the regular magazine, you'll be featured on the front cover, and you'll have a feature inside. And then we always do a poetry edition of the magazine where we share poets and we allow them to share a piece of their poetry as well as how individuals can connect with them. It's all about visibility. It's all about allowing individuals the opportunity to get their brands out there and to be seen. I'm excited because I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of these. I think we need about 80 more authors. So if you know an author, if you are an author, you're not signed up to be a part of the 100 authors to watch, this is a great opportunity for you. You're going to have an opportunity to be in a magazine. We're going to have a special edition of the magazine that's going to feature the 100 authors only. Yes, it's going to be a thick magazine, y'all, and it's going to be nice. But we're going to have that. We're going to have a actual live event in March in Charleston, South Carolina. I can't wait to get that solidified. But we're going to have an amazing live event where we're going to invite not just the 100 authors out, but we're going to invite the poets out too. The Poet of the Year is going to be presented on that day as we move into April, because y'all know April is Poetry Awareness Month. So, of course, we love to showcase poets. We love to highlight them. That poetry edition is going to be dropping on April the 1st when we make an announcement. Of course, those that are at the actual event, they're actually going to know who the Poet of the Year is because we're going to announce it live at that event. We're not going to be streaming, so you have to be there to find out. And then we're going to make an official announcement on April the 1st when the magazine drop. We're going to make that announcement with the magazine. Of course, they will be featured on the front cover of the magazine. So, y'all, I'm just excited. And I want you, if you know a poet, tag a poet. Tag them in this. Tag if you know somebody that wants to publish a book that's but don't know what to do. Invite them to come to the retreat. It is a great opportunity. $397. You're going to be able to stay there for from Friday to Sunday. You're going to be able to have whatever you want to eat because the refrigerators are going to be packed. We're going to cook. We're going to have a bonding section. It's going to be a great opportunity for those that come, especially those 7 that stay there on the property. It's going to be an amazing opportunity to really connect, to really explore and talk about writing and just get those things out that you want. You're going to be able to ask all type of questions. So this is going to be that opportunity. So if you're out there and you want to be a author in 2025, this is going to be your first opportunity. We're going to have a couple of these because that's what I'm doing in 2025. I said I wasn't going to write any books. I don't know how I'm going to be able to stick to that because y'all, God has truly been dropping stuff in me. Like I got a book out right now. I don't know if I got the picture up here. I'm gonna see if I got the picture up here so I can show it to y'all because I want y'all to go over to Amazon. It is free until Wednesday. Y'all can go over to Amazon and y'all can download the e-copy of that book, and it is free. It is called Beyond Sight. It is a 31-day devotional affirmation. It has devotions. It has affirmations. It has prayer. It has poetry, and it has some nuggets. Y'all know I'm always trying to drop some nuggets, so it's always something being dropped inside of those books. But that book, I don't think I got it up here, y'all. I got the other one. I didn't get that one up here in time enough. But y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick and get it up here for y'all. But go over to Amazon if y'all would. It's called Beyond Sight, and it is free until Wednesday. Y'all help me become a number one best-selling author again. Y'all know I love to get that little accolade, to have that little accolade. Is I tell you, it's something that can't nobody take away from you. Once you get it, you got it, and you can always put that on your resume. That can be something that you can put on your resume always. So y'all make sure, y'all. I don't got it, but I do have where I am number 2. I have that. But I want to be number 1, y'all. So y'all go over and download, support me, and read the book. Like, don't just download it, read it. Like, I think it's a good book. It has some amazing stuff. Y'all know we've been in prayer. We have been in prayer. We have been in prayer um, for a while now. So have an opportunity to really to connect with some individuals. And I got Cornell calling me. But y'all, this is the book. I'm about to put it on the screen so y'all can see it. Go on over to Amazon and and download the book. That is the book. That is the book. Hey, Mister, I'm I'm on live. I'm on now. I didn't hear you. We So y'all see the book. So I just got a call from Cornell. So he's coming up on this. He's gonna come up and we gonna chat. Y'all know every chance I get to chat with those that are behind prison walls, I try to bring them on. So we gonna see what he's talking about. Y'all know we've been talking about grief, so that's been one of the things that we've been talking about. And he was on the other day with Shanette and was hearing a conversation that him and Shanette was having. So, how are you today, Mr. Cornell?
Man, I'm doing great today, man.
That's good. That's good. So, like I was telling those, because we are live, and I was telling them that whenever you call in and I'm on, I like to try to bring you on. And we were talking about grief the other day, and I know when you and Shanette was on, you was telling us about an incident that had happened over the holidays. So how have you been doing with dealing with that situation of losing your nephew and all of that? How have you been dealing with that?
Well, man, being incarcerated like this is very sad and very hard, you know what I'm saying, to deal with situations like that of losing loved ones. And, it has been proven that, I'm not the only one, what I'm saying, going through these types of situations because in recent days, man, a lot of Texas prison inmates have killed themselves and, even in the free world, people have, committed suicide by, shooting themselves. And so, a lot of people in the world are going through grief right now, suffering loss of loved ones and, gang violence and stuff like this. So, it's very hard to deal with, all of these circumstances, and even out there, because people in the world are trying to adjust to everyday society and having to lose the loss of a loved one, man, it's very sad that you have to, put everything to the side just to make sure that they get proper burials and stuff like this here. So everybody lose all the way around, but everybody has to try to adjust to the will of God because we can't question God and God's will, man. So with this being said, man, I'm trying to adjust the best I can over here and pray for everyone else. So that's where I'm at with this right now, man.
Well, Shanette said hello, and she said that you are in her thoughts and prayers as well as your family. Well, that is a lot that a lot of us are dealing with. I know that was one thing that brought some of us together to start the grief podcast because we wanted to be able to share. We wanted to be able to let people know that they're not going through this alone, that, other people are dealing with this, but how we're dealing with it, how we get through it. Every day is not a easy day, and people oftentimes don't understand. People oftentimes, even though they may have experienced the same thing, um, we are all different. Our DNA is made different. How we were raised to handle things are different. It's just so much that make us all different and make us do things different. So, we just have to learn how to take things and take nuggets that work for us and utilize them so that we can keep going. It's our, there will never be a norm. People say, well, we try to get back to norm. There is not a norm. And once we grasp that there is not a norm, just like I was telling someone yesterday, we get so caught up on time that there is really no such thing as time. There's no such thing as time. Man created time so that they can appease themselves, so that they can keep track of things, so that they can, do what they wanted to do. But even in there, I think it's in Ireland, there's a country that is dark for 6 months and there's light for 6 months. These people can be out running at dusk dark because they don't know what time it is. They just wanted to go run, so they went and ran. And then they could be, I don't know, I don't know, something that you do at nighttime here that you wouldn't think people would be doing during the daytime. You may see them doing that over there. They say that they do what they want to do when they want to do it, whenever they're urged to do it, because they have 6 months of light and 6 months of dark. So it's hard to schedule stuff, but we have gotten so consumed and so caught up with time and schedules and trying to keep up with this and trying to keep up with that, that sometimes it overwhelms us. And when it overwhelms us, guess what it does? It takes us out of our spirit, and it does not allow us to operate in our spirit, man. And that's why we're here. But yeah, I know I get to going. So y'all know I like to talk. I want to let my guest share, so I'm gonna move on out the way and let him share. I know I'm in this group, um, with TDCJ. There's some people from what's the name, from where you are, um, Connolly, and they were talking about some individuals that had transitioned. Um, what is going on with that? It just seems like no one is addressing it, and it's just like it is like it's normal. Like that is a normal thing. Like that is what's supposed to happen. And oh, it's not that many, so it's okay. No, that's not okay.
Well, ma'am, it's a very sad situation because, here right now in the state of Texas, ma'am, it's thousands and thousands of people been placed in one category, and you got 5 different categories, so you got thousands of individuals placed in each one of these categories, ma'am. To transition back into society, ma'am. And it's very stressful for them because you can't get back to society until you complete a program. But you've done already 30 years. And you've completed every program in the system. And still now at the end of the road, they give you other programs to try to, rehabilitate you to get you ready for society. But, here it is. In my opinion, man, those are just, additional programs to hold you in prison longer, man. So, it's stressful for the families because the families are waiting for you to come home and here you are sitting in prison taking chances of losing, the only opportunity that you have to get to the big world. So, this system is so broken, man, that it's hard to try to adjust to it, man, because everybody's, trying to, like they go home and trying to do the right thing just to try to get back in the transition back into society. But it just don't seem like it's working for nobody. So everybody's stressed out now,
So I have a question with this new president and some of the things that's about to take place. So we know that Biden um, pardoned his son on his way out. So a lot of people have a lot to say about that, and I really want to know what are your thoughts on that, and how do you think that's gonna truly affect some of the actions of our newly elected president?
Okay, man. Well, Mr. President Trump, he had pardoned some females that got convicted under the disparity laws, right? So, people looked at that saying that Mrs. Kim Kardashian played a major part in that because she's an advocate for criminal justice reform. So he did that for the people that he did it for. So now Mr. Joe Biden's son got caught up with some criminal cases. So now everybody should expect that Mr. Joe Biden should do the same thing, pardon his son. But if he's going to do something like that, he should not just only pardon his son, he should pardon other people who deserve, to be pardoned if he's going to do something like that. But
so when they pardon people, how do people get pardoned? Who determines who get pardoned? How do they determine that? Because I hear a lot of y'all saying that y'all should not be there. If y'all should not be there, then why wouldn't y'all be up for pardon? So how would one even get someone attention to even consider someone for pardon?
Okay, it goes through a clemency process, ma'am, of the governor with a parole board, ma'am. And the parole board have to make a recommendation to the governor based upon circumstances of your case, that indicate that you did not commit the offense or that you was, somehow framed or that political forces took some type of part in your case, and that they could make that recommendation to the governor to grant you a clemency or a time.
And that's the only way. Is that the only way? Because I have to cut you off because I listen to you every day talk about this commissioner at in Texas that is over y'all parole board. If that is the case, this man could literally, even if you are eligible for pardon, he could literally say no and not even put you up. So how? I mean, it has to be another way. Like it's too many holes in, like, Shanette need to go ahead and think about running for office. I told her we need to be thinking about getting in some offices. We need to be learning some how to the write some bills and get some legislation passed and all of that, because this is really not making sense to me. And then it's like we just sitting by, and it's like year after year after year after year, and the same thing after year after year after year.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, ma'am, that's exactly what I'm doing this morning, ma'am. I am rewriting the laws that the takes for the Board of Paroles, because I have studied the parole board since 1978, ma'am. I have been studying the parole laws since coming into prison systems, ma'am. So I have just realized, ma'am, that the prison system is nothing but a judicial scam, because the parole board system is governed by the judicial branch of government. But the parole board system under the executive branch of government has now operated as judicial branch of government. Because the parole board is district attorneys, lawyers, judges on the parole board decision process. So there's no way possible that anybody coming up for the board can get a fair decision, ma'am. Okay, here's an example. I explained my situation to the same commissioner who is denying me this release right now. And he said, don't worry about what we do to nobody else, just worry about what we do to you. I said, well, okay, sir, if that's possible. Well, I've already done 28 years. Well, he has held me another 5 years since then to see him again. Well, now he's trying to hold me another 16 more months just to make parole and transition back into society, after showing him that I have been deliberately framed by the system. But he's refusing to make this a FI1 immediate release. So really, man, our system is basically a sham, because we are governed by an individual, not a system. And we don't have no process of like an oversight review committee to oversee their decision. Why? Because they are under executive branch of government. You cannot sue the executive branch of government, nor can you challenge their decisions, man. So this is why they do not want no oversight review committee to review what they do. You know, you made an article in your Aspiring Officers magazine regarding the point system, and you asked the question: who authorized the parole board to block out the point system on the minute sheet? Well, ma'am, the question has not been answered to this day, and you still got thousands and thousands of people being denied parole every day because of that scam right there. When in fact your point system governs you to be released based upon your rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all for being the voice of us on the outside, man. And I like to say, running for an office, that would be good. We would love to see you, the musician, that run for an office, because we need people with a powerful voice to show that, the problem is bigger than just, talking about a Band-Aid, man. It's bigger. And we wish we could get people like y'all to run for offices, because we need it, man.
Well, hopefully we can do something. I don't know, but we're going to keep talking. We're going to keep sharing on this podcast. We're going to keep trying to be a voice. But family members going to have to be a voice too. It's going to take a lot of us. They always say the loudest wagon always get the most attention, ain't it? Coming down the road. So we're just going to have to keep making a lot of noise. And it's going to take a lot of us making noise. Like all these people that's down there with y'all. All these people that have been wrongfully incarcerated, overly incarcerated, their families need to be speaking out. There should be no quiet phones in the house. There should be no they laptop should be open and writing. I mean, it's always something that can be done on their behalf. Like I want to do so much, but I'm all the way over here. I can do so much because every time I've called down there, it's always been the same thing. They always give me the runaround. They always put me through to somebody else. They always put me on hold, and they hang up. It was always something. Like if I was in the area, I'm talking about I would knock these people doors down. They would get tired of seeing me. They really would get tired of seeing me, because you got to be a fly on the wall until change comes. You just can't just do a couple of things, do a couple of podcasts, do a couple of articles, do a couple of notes, and then think that things are supposed to change. No, that's not gonna happen. You need thousands of people coming together. We need protests. People need to get back to protesting. They need to get back to marching. They need to get back to meeting in front of these people offices. These people don't got so comfortable with what they doing. They lollygag in and out of their office because ain't nobody protesting at their office. Ain't nobody making no noise. Ain't nobody bringing no attention to them. So they doing what they want to do. But when you start bringing noise and attention to them, I guarantee you they'll line up. They'll get in place. They'll do what they're supposed to do.
Okay. And that's a good point to be made, man, because I was looking at the podcast called The Prison Show. Okay, I watched the prison show a couple of months, a couple of years back, right? These individuals, they bring on people from the parole board, people from the Texas inmates family, so all these different advocates, and they talk about Texas's criminal justice systems and stuff like that. And here it is, last night I was listening to them, and they was sending shout outs to people that's on death row and talking about decisions made by different court systems and stuff like that. So I'm asking myself, if you individuals are over here on the prison show talking about these different issues that, about the criminal justice prison system and decisions of judges, why are we not talking about how we got here in the first place? Why we're not talking about the corruption? Why we're not talking about the second lift bill? Why we're not talking about the law parties? Why we're not talking about these wrongful convictions of these kids have to do 40 years in prison before being eligible for parole when they never been given a competency hearing to determine if they have any mental issues and stuff like this? Why are we not talking about these issues? Well, this is the problem with them. They're sitting back waiting every 2 years just for the laws to come up so that they can get out in the spotlight, ma'am. They get recognition just by having a title called the Prison Show, the Texas Inmates Family Association, the Texas Community Prison Alliances and stuff. But that's it, man. Because I have written a letter to each one of these individuals and told them about the criminal justice system reform. They have not responded to me yet. And that's the problem. We don't have nobody to stand up for us, man.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, it's always something. It's always something. But Shanette do her best. I do my best. And I say, all we can do is keep putting our feet to the plow and just keep going. That's all we can do. Keep writing, keep making noise, and keep praying and hope that, somebody may see these podcasts, that somebody may pick up the magazine, that somebody may, hear something that we're doing and want to be a part of it. I think a couple of people got some change.org forms out, just trying to, bring awareness to a lot of the things that's going on. But Cornette, I thank you for coming on and sharing with me. I take every chance I get to highlight y'all, to bring awareness to what's going on, because before I didn't know all this was going on, but now that I know, I can't sit quiet. I can't not do nothing about it. And again, I thank God for Shanette, for all that she does with bringing awareness and being a voice, because oftentimes we think that we don't have a voice, and we'll sit and we won't utilize our voice. So I thank God for her, because she's definitely bringing awareness to other people's cases. I'm reminded about a statement that our apostle shared with us quite often. And I forget if it's a scripture or not, but she says, what we do for others, God will do for us. So when people ask me why I do what I do and how do I do what I do, well, first of all, I work unto the Lord. And then I don't do it for me. I do it for the building of the kingdom, because I know that if I do what I'm supposed to do, and if it help bring somebody home, then they'll be back out in society to be able to be a productive citizen. They'll be able to share their testimony. They'll be able to import into somebody else, and hopefully they'll be able to teach one, reach one. So that's where I am with that.
That's beautiful, man. That's very beautiful, ma'am, and that's a very serious and real statement right there to be made, man, because, I'm a co-host on the Let's Talk About It, and, the issues that we have talked about, ma'am, are some very, very serious issues, it touches me, and I appreciate my host, Mrs. Shanette Johnson, for the things that she do. She's a very compassionate person, she's down to earth, and, the one thing we can say about her is that she won't stop. She will not stop at all, and nothing to bring a voice, to be a voice for everyone.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for what she's going to be doing in 2025, and launching of the nonprofit, and getting all of that off the ground. I'm excited about that. Stand up for justice, and That's what she's been doing. She's been standing up for justice and being a voice. So I'm excited. Um, and then you with the Free Texas campaign, I say y'all gonna be standing on everybody's street corners. Y'all gonna be standing at all of the courthouses. But I didn't even want to talk. I didn't even want to talk about what y'all say y'all was gonna have on. I say, Lord have mercy. I know I won't be out there. Y'all, it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke because
Yes, ma'am.
Shanette say she always say I'm gonna be out there with them. I say no, I'm not. She said I'm gonna be out there with my little uniform on. No, I'm not gonna have on no uniform. They gonna have on their little what's the name. Shanette don't even know that Cornell talking about putting her in some pink plaid bell bottoms in a striped pink shirt. I told him they don't dress like that no more. He been gone too long. I said, they don't dress like that no more. They don't dress like that no more. I said, Shanette ain't gonna put that on. I said, now you talk about some jeans and some slacks or some slacks and some in a polo, she might be for it. Just put the logo on there, she might be for it. But she ain't going for the plaids in the bell bottom. She ain't going for that. I can tell you right now, she ain't going for that.
Well, thank you, man.
And no, I am not. I'm not doing none of that. So y'all can have that. I'm gonna be off doing my own thing. I'm gonna focus. I got other stuff that I'm gonna focus on. I told I prayed for Shanette and God sent her because as bad as I wanted to do social injustice and I wanted to do the stuff that she is doing for the network, I could not do it and do the behind the scenes stuff. But I knew that there was a place for it and it was needed, and I was so glad. I thank God for all of the 8 hosts that are on the network and the 2 new co-hosts that's going to be a part of the Grief podcast. Um, I'm gonna be working on trying to get another host because we got a spot that came open. So I'm excited. I can't wait to we kick off. We of course the Grief podcast is only 4 shows, y'all. Y'all only gonna get to see us 4 times. So know that our show may be an hour to 2 hours long because we really want to talk about grief and we really want to give individuals an opportunity to chime into the conversation. We're even going to have where you can call in and chat with us. So we may be using a different streaming platform um, just for the grief podcast. But we still the crew podcast. We always gonna be the crew podcast no matter where we stream from. Them divas of the airways. That's what we are. But y'all, thank you for tuning in on this marvelous Monday. I can't say it's the outside weather is marvelous, but the inside weather inside here where I am, my energy is marvelous because guess what? That's what I decided I wanted it to be. Y'all, we have the power to change our trajectory. We can change our outlook. We can change how we move in our day and how we feel by changing our mindset and what's on the inside of us. We got to speak life to ourselves. We got to speak life to ourselves. We got to speak life over ourselves. That we speak has power. And we got to learn how to speak positive, how to encourage ourselves, how to uplift ourselves, how to motivate ourselves, how to light that fire within our own selves so that it will never go out. It will never go out. Once again, I need y'all to go over, grab your free e-copy of Beyond Sight. It is a 31-day devotional that has affirmation, prayers, poetry, reflections. It is an amazing opportunity for you to explore your faith in your faith walk. So it's free on ebook, on Kindle. Go over, grab it. I tell you, it's a nice, quick read. It's about 84 pages, um, but it's a devotional. You get a chance to write some stuff down. You get a chance to, reflect. So go grab it, check it out, and if you want the paperback, I am going to be ordering some, and I'm going to be signing them and sending them out to those that want to order them. They are $13.33. Yeah, $13.33. Cheap, y'all. Not $20. $13.33, y'all. So you'll be able to grab your copy from me. Don't go to Amazon. Support me. So reach out to me. Tell me you want a copy. I'll order it and I'll have it shipped directly to you. Okay? Y'all, thank you for tuning in to Monday Morning Motivation. I have truly, truly enjoyed you guys. And guess what? I didn't even I did not even share with you guys what I was supposed to share with you guys this morning. See, when you operate in the spirit, you have to be moved by the spirit and you have to be willing to adapt. And that's what I did this morning. I adapted because I had a big old long list of things that I was going to talk to you guys about around communication and intentional and about going into 2025. But guess what? I guess we'll talk about it next week. Today, we had to talk about this. Again, if you know an author, share this with them, invite them to join the 100 Authors on the Move. I tell you, it's not a contest, it's not a competition, but it's all about collaboration, visibility, networking, and partnering. And if that's what you want and you want to see your brand go to the next level, come on over and work with the queen and get seen. Y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be blessed. And tune in tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. prayer, y'all. Every day. Y'all, we on the wall. We not coming down until we see change. Y'all have a